Colleagues all, good evening again. I'm asking kindly that the participants in the room kindly fill the benches towards the front. Yes. And if you do not know what a bench is, ask Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Could we all be upstanding for the national anthem? Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. President, Mark Malava, Madam President-elect, Mrs. LaSonia Harrison, immediate past President, Mr. Mark Smith, Secretary General, Dr. Mark Nicely, the Honorable Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Dr. Casson Troop, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Mrs. Terry Ann Thomas Gale, Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Dr. Winsome Gordon, my favorite Ministry of Education official, and Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Teaching Council. Other officers of the Ministry of Education, Youth, Skills and Information, members of staff of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Mrs. Farlane Edwards, wife of the Venerable Victor Edwards. I think we should give her a round of applause. We are so happy to have you with us. Awardees, delegates and observers, past presidents, members, representatives of the media, ladies and gentlemen, all here present and in cyberspace, good evening. There is a time for everything under the sun, and sometimes that time comes in enclosed buildings where we turn on air conditioning. There is a time to be happy and a time to be sad. But this time is ordained for us to celebrate those among us who we have chosen to award for their service over the past year and years gone by. So without further ado, I will commence by starting a toast without drinks. And it's a very quick one, because we shall not be late twice at the same conference. Here's to those who wish us well, and those who don't, I will not tell. Ladies and gentlemen, I will start the proceedings by inviting Dr. Mark Nicely, Secretary General, to bring greetings.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In addition to the acknowledgements you have made so far, I'd like to personally single out the awardees to my right, the individuals who will be receiving the various awards: WBC Ben Hawthorne Award, the R.C. Tavaris Award, the Edith Dalton James Award, the Faye Saunders Award, the Anglin Jones Award, and at later in the function, our past president, immediate past president, Dr. Mark Smith, will be acknowledging the work and worth of his standing committee chairman. And then, of course, this year, we have a add-on, very special award for men in education. So I want to acknowledge all the awardees and to say to you that your work and your worth has been noted, acknowledged, and will be recognized tonight. And you have certainly done well in terms of your stewardship in the care of the nation's children. And as a result of that, we have taken time out tonight to acknowledge you and to award you specially. I want to acknowledge, probably because Mr. Hall feels cute doing so, Mrs. Hall, Regional Director, Region 6, and also Mrs. Dr. Michelle Pinnock, who stands in her own right, but of course is the wife of the current Chief Administration of the Michael Osborne Pinnock. And of course, I see the President's wife and other significant dignitaries in the front seat. Dr. Dice trying to look down, not to be singled out. But I want to acknowledge the staff of the JT also and the hard work you're doing. And so by way of greetings, I greet us all warmly this evening and would want to say to us that the process of selecting the awardees was rigorous, and that the persons who will be awarded in all the different categories, to include the President's chairman, who have worked assiduously this year to grant the Jamaica Teachers Association the level of success it has had, are all deserving. And I commend you, congratulate you, and applaud you this evening for work well done. Good evening.
I am indeed very pleased, because it is not quite often that I get referred to as being cute. I rather like it. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Minister of Education, Senator the Honorable Dania Morris Dixon, to greet us.
Thank you.
I'll get it.
All right. And my phone is ringing. And it's my phone that is causing the commotion, which is never on. But I would like to start this evening by acknowledging some very important people, starting with our chair, Mr. Clayton Hall, Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Mark Malava, I get to say it for the first time, President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, and congratulations to you on becoming president. Your speech last night is quite memorable. I will say that. Mrs. LaSonia Harrison, President-elect, congratulations to you too. Also want to acknowledge Dr. Mark Smith, the immediate past president, and I know it must be difficult to hand over, but I acknowledge you also, Dr. Mark Nicely. There's so many Marks. Secretary General, I think you need to be named Mark to move up, right? I want to acknowledge my PS who's on her way, and also our CEO, Dr. Winsome Gordon, is here too. Where is our PS? You say her name and she just appears. All the members of staff of the JTA, all our awardees, our delegates and observers, past presidents, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, I go through that because I have to show respect to everyone. Good evening to you. Now, I won't be too long because I am speaking tomorrow. And tomorrow, I promise you, I will tell you some things you really want to hear. And I will give you an update on the things you want to know about, including the big one. So I promise you that for tomorrow. But tonight is about the awardees, and I want to first congratulate all of the awardees this evening. And as I read through the categories, I was looking at the history of our education system and the story of our education system, that despite all the challenges, we undoubtedly have the best teachers anywhere in the world. And you see that reflected in the awardees tonight. And what I loved especially was that each award has given me, particularly, new insight into the legacy of the extraordinary leaders who have blazed the trail before us. For me, these awards are a living tradition, binding us to the core values of service, excellence, and courage. 61 years is a long time. Most organizations cannot last for a decade, much less 61 years. And with that in mind, I must commend the Jamaica Teachers Association for honoring its legacy, celebrating its stalwarts, and telling their stories. And I know that behind every recipient this evening, we're celebrating entire communities that have been touched by their work. We're celebrating the countless families whose lives have been uplifted. We're celebrating children who will go on to become leaders, entrepreneurs, and innovators because of what you have done. Now, I've been to many schools. I've been to over 75 schools now in my period as minister, which started really on November 1. And I've met so many wonderful educators in that short period. And I want to acknowledge some of them who I have met. And if I look at numeracy, I love maths, and I wish everybody did. And a lot of our children are afraid of mathematics. They think it's too difficult or it's boring. That's not true in Miss Francis's class at Franklin Town Primary School. Miss Francis doesn't teach the same way at all. Miss Francis loves her charts and her games and her videos and her manipulatives, and the children love them even more. She is one who I just admired when I saw her in action in the classroom. On the literacy front, I went to Gregory Park Primary School in Portmore a few months ago, and I had all the children reading to me. Everybody wanted to read to me to show that they could read. And they were shouting their mantra, "Readers are leaders. Leaders are readers." And they strongly believed in this. And their principal told me that before the ministry even said anything about reading and literacy, he had already made changes. And I see that in our principals day in, day out. When we talk about technology, I remember Mayday High School and my visit to Mayday High School. And all of the new technology they were doing electronic registration. So the guard at the gate had a tablet that the students would basically sign in with. And if you're late, you would be on there and your parent would get an email that you came late. That is amazing. I was amazed. And even the cricket matches at May Day, they actually do the scoring via technology. It was just great to see, and that was not the ministry doing it. That was the principal and the staff at the school doing it, not us. When you talk about TVET, that school that is in 2 parishes, when I'm in one part of the school, I'm in Manchester. When I'm in the other school part, I'm in Clarendon. Alphonsus Davis High School. I saw students learning practical skills. The boys were welding chairs for schools across Jamaica. Young ladies were preparing for their cosmetology assessment. The boys were barbering. This is in addition to their CXC work that they were doing. The plan was for them to leave with heart certification alongside their CXC certifications, and that was beautiful to see. And that was not the ministry doing it. It was that principal and that team. In St. Thomas, I saw the excellent program at the Jamaica China Goodwill Infant School. And that was a really beautiful example of us at the early childhood level working with our children, and the parents were just talking about how fantastic those teachers were. I'll always remember that. The last one I'll mention is just up the road. There was an incident at Green Island High School, and it was all over the news. And what Jamaicans were saying was that, my gosh, look at those children, look how bad they are. They were saying, look how bad that school is. And it was a little bit after I became minister and I went there. And I did not see what Jamaica saw. I saw a school that got students who primarily could not read. I saw a school where these children were coming from very troubled communities. I saw a school where we had lots of issues, social issues, because of lack of parenting. It was a school that had a lot of issues. But I also saw a school where they were teaching these children the best they could. I saw a whole new block where all of the electrical work was done by those students that Jamaicans said were so bad. I saw a school where they were looking at the auto program. I saw a school where the school nurse was more involved in the children's health than their parents were. These are the realities in our schools. Our teachers, our principals are going above and beyond what has been asked of them, beyond what they're paid for. And I see it. I see it day in, day out. And so tonight, as we are celebrating our educators, I'm celebrating all teachers tonight also. I'm celebrating the hard days that every teacher has and all of the additional hours that you've been putting in. I'm celebrating all of the success we've seen. And I'm also celebrating the small wins. And as a country, we don't celebrate our schools that have the most challenging environments to work in. And that's why for me, I was celebrating, yes, the CSEC results, which was all because of you, and the PEP results. But I also celebrate that young man who went to a high school unable to read, but a teacher, the whole community, worked with him, and he leaves with a skill and leaves with a bit more confidence in himself. That's just as big as someone getting 8 CXCs. And I truly believe that, and we have to look at how we rank our schools, how we grade our schools, because it is not fair. That work is harder. What I see occurring in some of our schools, in our areas with lots of social issues, is really miracle work happening. And so as a country, me, the JTA, we need to figure out how we tell these stories more, how we show Jamaica what is actually happening in our schools, and show Jamaica that beautiful things are happening in our schools, and that our teachers are behind any success that we're seeing in our country. Any young man who could be recruited by the gangs, who because of his school is able to leave with a skill, being able to do something even if he don't have any CXC, that's a success for our country. It's one less gunman. And we have to applaud it. And so I will stop there tonight just to celebrate and just to tell you that I see what you're doing. I see the hard work. I see it every time I go into our school, and I know it's not easy. And so I will continue to be your advocate as asked by the president last night to stand with you, and I will stand with you. And I will always be standing with you because I know that Jamaica would not be where we are without you. And the promise of Jamaica that we all know and we all see, we will never get there if you are not at the center of it. Thank you all, and congratulations again.
Like our minister, I get excited about math. Have you ever gotten excited calculating percentages? I do. I've tried calculating a certain percentage, but it did not end with a dividend. Is that the word? A multiple. Something. I like those math that end with multiples. Like those maths. So we thank the minister for her promise for tomorrow and her commendations for tonight. Madam Minister, like you, we also listened to a quite memorable speech last evening. Unfortunately, my love for math caused me to forget what was said at the beginning before I got to the end. But I have a recording. We are going to invite our president to make remarks and to remind him that he used all his speech credits last night.
Good evening. I promise you that I'll not be more than 5 minutes. And if I... and if I go any longer, you just wave. Signal the plane. Let me begin by standing on the protocols that have already been established. As the president of the JTA, it is my privilege to welcome you to the 61st Conference Awards ceremony, themed Safeguarding the Future of Education, Adapting to the Changing Landscape. This theme resonates deeply with our mission, Minister, to protect and advance the teaching profession in Jamaica. And Minister, as I said last night, every now and again when I hear you speak, it sounds like you get it. It sounds like you understand it. And I find it rather refreshing. But it is where the tire hits the road that is going to be most important. And rest assured, Minister, in much the very same way you utter, I would love for you to action. Tonight we gather to celebrate the outstanding achievements of our members who have demonstrated excellence, innovation, and dedication to the field of education. Your hard work, colleagues, and commitment have not gone unnoticed, and we are proud to recognize your contributions. As we navigate the changing landscape of education, we must remain vigilant and proactive in addressing the challenges that arise. The JTA remains committed to advocating for the rights and interests of our members, while also working to ensure that our education system is equipped to meet the needs of all our students and not just some. To our award winners, to our awardees, I offer my warmest congratulations. Your achievements serve as an inspiration to us all, and we look forward to continuing to work together to build a brighter future for education in Jamaica. To our partners, including the Ministry of Education, I extend sincerest gratitude for your continued support in advancing the cause of the teachers. And I am happy that we have found a renewed friend in the minister who has been advocating behind the scenes for us. I just ask, and whilst, give her a round of applause, yes. Yesterday I used a quote by Martin Luther King that said, "In the end, we not remember the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." We will remember your words, Minister. All I ask, and whilst I have never been a mathematic person, I've always preferred the arts, really. All I ask is that you not move the zero, but you put something substantial in front of the zero. At that point, it won't be odd maths. It will be good maths. Let us continue to work together to safeguard the future of education, ladies and gentlemen, adapting to the changing landscape with courage, creativity, and determination. Together, we can build a brighter future for our students, our profession, and our nation. Thank you.
I believe another round of applause is required. Just to remind the President that the concept is called add maths, where you add things to the mathematics to make it well. At this time, we will be treasured with an item from Miss Latoya Locke, teacher at the Green Highland Primary School. Help me give her a round of applause. Yes.
Good night, everyone.
I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. But sometimes I wonder what he can do through me. to show. No glory of my own, yet in my weakness He is there to let me know. His strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us when we can't carry on. Raised in His power, the weak become strong. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. We can only know the power that He holds when we truly see how deep our weakness goes. His strength in us begins where ours comes to an end. He hears our humble cries and proves again His strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us when we can't carry on. Raised in His power, the weak become strong. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect.
Beautiful singing. I was for a moment there thinking that the next track would be mine. I was about to spontaneously charge off into the beautiful rendition of a song that I am able to do. But that's for another time. By way of announcement, a member has lost some money. If you are that individual, please contact any member of staff with the relevant descriptions. And we all know what money looks like. So that is not the description we're after. Also, there is a red scarf missing. If you have found any, kindly take that to any member of staff. I want to, at this point, indicate that I've been seeking to sell some tickets for the Critical Illness Trust Fund. You are getting away this time because when we started selling, all we had were 2 AI blenders, and as such, the price was $500. Fortunately, we received a weekend for 4 at the Grand Palladium, and it is for 2 adults and 2 children. If you don't have any children, you can take me. I am children. we decided not to increase the price. So for those fortunate ones of you, tomorrow is the day when you should purchase your ticket so that your ticket will be at the top. And if you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. At this time, we are going to give two special awards presented by our Secretary General. The first award is presented to Mrs. Smith, wife of the immediate past president. And we are acknowledging her sacrifices for having shared her husband with us for the last year. As the song says, it is a hard road to travel, but she did it with poise. Congratulations and thank you. Mrs. Dr. Smith, you are supposed to go and take the flowers. She now needs a butler. And orchids are timeless plants. They come around every year and are all, you should stay, Dr. Nicely. The immediate past president is able to take the flowers. If he goes home without the flowers, there will be hell to pay. The other award is being given to Mrs. Farlane Edwards, wife of the Venerable Victor Edwards, and we are giving her this orchid to show our appreciation for having her with us at conference. She is wife of past president and trustee, Victor Edwards, otherwise called Pipey. Because Dr. Mark Smith did not do as he was instructed, I'm going to use this opportunity to have him walk back to the front. Dr. Smith, could you kindly come to the front of the podium? Mr. Nash is giving you different instructions, you know. He says you are to come to the front of the room and not the front of the podium. So since Mr. Nash is so skilled at giving instructions, I will hand over the program to him at this time so that he can continue giving instructions. Let us give Mr. Nash a round of applause as he takes us through this first segment of awards. I apologize. At this time, we are going to invite the chairman who served last year to come forward and receive their commendations for the great job they did. And the next year, the Secretary General has decided that it will be pay by performance. So we are going to set up an appraisal system, and only those who meet the standard will be awarded. But at this time, they have all met the standard. Could we invite Ms. Cadian Scott to come forward, Chairman of the Awards Committee? She will be followed. She will be followed by Ms. Nadine Malloy, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. She will be followed immediately by Mrs. Simone Green Johnson, Chairman of Credentials Committee. The Chairman of the Disciplinary Committee is unavoidably absent, and we want you to keep her in your prayers as we recognize Mrs. Judith L. Spencer Jarrett. The other recipient is Dr. Latoya Reeves, Chairman of the Early Childhood Committee. I think you should employ me, Dr. Reeves. You need help holding on to the frock. The other recipient is the Chairman of Education and Research Committee, Andrea Bryan Hughes. The other recipient is the Chairman of Finance, Dr. Alexander Bourne. We will move it along and invite the Chairman of the International Relations Committee, Ms. Audrey Blake. The other recipient is the Chairman of Membership, Rosemary Thompson Collins. The other recipient insisted that I call his full name, and his name is Okisho, some other things, Bigby, Chairman of National Sports. If I had called all his name, we would still be calling long after he would have received the award. The other recipient is the Chairman of the Policy Committee, Dr. Garth Anderson. We will move it along. The Chairman of the Primary Committee, Onyx Bowen. And her name spells 1X. The final, oh, no. The other awardee is the Chairman of the Professional Advancement and Teacher Welfare Committee, Mrs. Aniona Hunter-Jones. Next, she will be followed by the Chairman of the Property and Development Committee, Mr. Fillmore McCarthy. We must recognize that we have been a little more out and about this year, and as such, commendations go to the next awardee. the Chairman of the Public Relations Committee, Mr. Audley Fair. That applause says he's a TikTok sensation. The next awardee is the Chairman of the Resolutions Committee, Tamashella Smith. If performance pay was the order of the day, the next awardee would receive no award. He was sent to come back with money and he came back with zero. The Chairman of the Salaries and Conditions of Service Committee, Mr. Howard Isaacs. That was an error. It wasn't his fault. The other awardee is the Chairman of the Secondary Committee, Dr. Prim Lewis. Where is Dr. Prim Lewis? I'm not seeing her. The next award will go to the Chairman of the Special Education Committee, Jacqueline Hendricks. And I think Jackie should get an award for coming from the other end of the island. The next recipient will be the Chairman of the Study Circle Committee, Rowena Newman Ridley. And she's not here. The final award will be given to the Chairman of the Tertiary Committee, Miss Leslie Thomas. Could you kindly give a round of applause to our immediate past president? We are going to, at this time, invite our president, or minister, the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, to assist the president, just to make the photographs a little more palatable. The immediate past president. And I'll invite Mr. Nash to continue the awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We have this year a series of awards courtesy of our immediate past president. It's called the Presidential Recognition Awards, and he has selected a number of persons that he believes should be awarded this year, and we're going to be inviting them now to stand and come forward in the order that I will call their names. Horace McKellop. Men in Education Award goes to Floyd Lewis. Not around, so we move on to someone who is well known in the JTA circles, Eton McNamee. And the next person that I call and then hand over to Mr. Hall to do the other three. Let's welcome Glenroy Williams. It's a dynamic situation here, so I will continue after Glenroy. I call him Mr. Cool. Let's welcome Kevin Raymond. Next person in line, he came up before, and he will definitely be a good match on stage. Let's welcome Audley Fear. And the two more to go. Mikhail Mackenzie. And this final individual in the Men in Education Award goes to Mr. Genuine Leather, Jermaine Williams. Back now to Mr. Hall.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Nash. Recognition to males in education are not frequent, but we must commend those who have distinguished themselves. So on to our awardees. The next set of awards that we will present is the R.C. Tavaris Award. And for that, I invite Dr. Margaret Chin to do the honors. The presenter will be our president, Mr. Mark Malava. Could you take your position at the front of the room?
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This award, the R.C. Tavaris Award, is made in memory of R.C. Tavaris, who was president of the Jamaica Union of Teachers, JUT, in 1956, 1959, and 1963. He was also a member of the Jamaica Executive of Teachers Association, JITA, and a founding member of the JTA. He was actively involved in the East Kingston District Association and was an inspiration to many young teachers. The award recognizes distinguished and outstanding service to the JTA and education. And the following are the criteria for this award. The recipient should be in good active service during the time of nomination, be no more than 40 years of age, so now we know the ages of all the people who are going to get in this award, At the time of the award presentation in August, must be teaching currently in Jamaica and not for less than 10 years, be a member of the JTA for a minimum of 7 years, be nominated by one of the following: District Association, Parish Association, sectoral committees such as the Special Education, Early Childhood, Primary, Secondary, Tertiary, and the PAC, interest groups such as the Council of Community Colleges, Jamaica Association of Guidance Counselors in Education, Association of Principals and Vice Principals of Secondary Schools, Jamaica Association of Principals of, Jamaica Association of Principals in Infant and Primary School. And we have 2 recipients for this award. Our first recipient is Dr. Sherian Mercy. Dr. Sherian Mercy is a dedicated educator currently serving at the Montego Bay Community College in St. James. She holds a Doctor of Business Administration from Columbia Southern University, a Master's of Business Administration from Turbajo University, and a Bachelor's of Arts in Spanish and Linguistics from the University of the West Indies. She also has a postgraduate diploma in education from the University of Technology, Jamaica. Her professional journey at Montego Bay Community College spans over 15 years, having served as a lecturer from 2008 to 2023 before assuming the role of research officer in that year. Her extensive involvement in the JTA reflects her deep commitment to the teaching profession. At the school level, she has been an active member since 2009. In the St. James District, she serves as president in 2019, has been a delegate since 2017, and contributed to numerous committees, including the Tertiary Committee, of which she also chaired, the Study Circle, the Resolution Committee, and as PRO at the national level. Dr. Mercy has been a member of the JTA General Council since 2020, serving on several key committees such as the Central Executive, Tertiary, Resolution, Credentials, and a special committee to review the Domestic Violence Act. Beyond education, Dr. Mercy has been a Justice of the Peace and a lay magistrate for St. James since 2020. She's an active member of the Kiwanis Club, where she has served as director and chair of the membership committee, and is a past president of the Irwin Citizens Association, holding other executive roles during her tenure. It is with great honor and pride that the R.C. Tavaris Award is presented to Dr. Sherian Mercy in recognition of her exemplary service, leadership, and unwavering commitment to education and community development. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sherian Mercy. Our next recipient is Mr. Sean Blair. Mr. Sean Blair is a committed early childhood educator whose career reflects more than a decade of dedication to teaching and community service. A graduate of Sam Sharp Teachers College with a bachelor's degree and Garmix Institute of Technology with an associate degree, he began his teaching journey at First Hill Century Basic School. Now, before moving to Hillcrest Preparatory, he has taught at Stephen James Basic and Infant School since 2013 and has been serving as acting principal since then. Within the Jamaica Teachers Association, Mr. Blair has demonstrated consistent leadership at all levels. At his school, he was appointed a contact teacher in 2019, 2020, and 2022. In the Trelawney District, He served as president from 2023 to 2025 and also held other executive roles, including public relations officer. Nationally, his contributions span the General Council and Central Executive, the Early Childhood Committee, and the Salaries and Conditions of Service Committee, where he has been a strong voice for the welfare of teachers. Mr. Blair's service extends beyond the classroom and the JTA. He's an active member of the Duncan's Community Development Committee in Trelawney and has held the leadership roles including president in the Trelawney Youth Federation. He's also training to become a Justice of the Peace. In recognition of his professional excellence, steadfast advocacy, and community leadership, the R.C. Tavaris Award is proudly presented to Mr. Sean Blair. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're going to ask that you remain while we get ready for the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award. I would just want to ask Mr. Blair if his sojourn at Garmex had anything to do with that suit. If it did, I will contract one for the president. Let us invite Mr. Leon Nash to take us through this award.
Thanks again, Mr. Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award. The award is made in memory of Wesley Benjamin Hawthorne, JTA's first Secretary General. It is done in recognition of his outstanding contribution to the growth of the Jamaica Teachers Association, education, and the building of Jamaica as an independent nation. The award recognizes distinguished and outstanding service to the JTA and education. The recipient should be an active service during the time of nomination, have a minimum of 20 years service to education in Jamaica, be a member of the JTA for 20 years, have given distinguished service to the JTA and education, be nominated by one of the following: District Association, Parish Association, sectoral committees, special education, early childhood, primary, secondary, tertiary, and professional advancement and teacher welfare, or by the interest groups, namely Council of Community Colleges, Jamaica Association of Guidance Counselors in Education, Association of Principals and Vice Principals of Secondary Schools, Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, Jamaica Association of Principals in Infant and Primary Schools. And the final note, the person must be a Jamaican citizen. Ladies and gentlemen, our first recipient in this category is none other than Paranet Hall Riley. Paranet Hall Riley has committed over 2 decades to education, currently serving as provisional principal of Akensti Primary and Infant School. All right, Ashkinish. I thank you so much. Following teaching roles at Sandy Bay Primary 1998 to 2022 and Ramble All Age 1997 to 1998. She holds a diploma in primary education from Sam Sharp Teachers College 1997, a Bachelor of Science from Eastern Connecticut State University in 2002, and a certificate from the National Council for Educational Leadership 2018. Mrs. Hall Riley has led significant innovations, including establishing fully equipped reading centers, literacy and mathematics fairs, breakfast programs for needy students, and mentorship programs, resulting in marked improvements in both student achievements and teacher performance. Her leadership within the Jamaica Teachers Association spans school, district, parish, and national levels. She has served as a Christmas Club treasurer, contact teacher, study circle convener, and delegate, district president of Hopewell DA 3 times, and Hanover Parish president 3 times. Nationally, Mrs. Hall Riley has served on the General Council, Central Executive, and numerous committees, demonstrating her dedication to advancing education and teacher development across Jamaica. Mrs. Hall Riley has also contributed extensively to her community, including service with the Jamaica Reading Association, Sandy Bay SDA Church Choir, and literacy committees, Western Jamaica Conference of SDA Church, and as a poll clerk and election supervisor. She has been recognized for her outstanding service with the R.C. Tavaris Service Award in 2012, Hanover Parish Women's Caucus Award 2013, and multiple excellence awards from Sandy Bay Primary. Parent Hall Riley exemplifies visionary educational leadership, making her a most deserving recipient of the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please applaud Parent Hall Riley. Our next recipient, ladies and gentlemen, is Shernette Powell. This recipient is an exceptional educational leader, serving as principal of Point Hill Least Primary since 2017, and previously as principal of Ty Dixon Primary 2015 to 2017, and classroom teacher at Lucky Valley Primary 2004 to 2014. She holds a diploma in education from Bethlehem Moravian Teachers College 2004, a bachelor's and master's from the University of Technology, Jamaica 2014 to 2020, and a certificate from the National College for Educational Leadership in 2021. Powell has led transformative projects, including school renovations, construction of accessibility ramps, creation of school gardens, literacy and mathematics interventions, breakfast programs, parental engagement initiatives, and community recognition awards, resulting in remarkable improvements in student and teacher performance. Her contributions to the Jamaica Teachers Association are extensive, spanning school, district, parish, and national levels. She has served as contact teacher, district president in 2 districts, parish president of St. Catherine 2014 to 2015, chair of multiple committees, and member of the General Council and Central Committee. Powell has consistently demonstrated leadership, mentorship, and advocacy, supporting both students and fellow educators. Powell's community engagement includes leadership roles with the Kiwanis Club of Linstead, the Jamaica 4-H Club Leaders, the Institute of Education for Educational Administration and Leadership, Jamaica, and her church. She has received numerous awards, including the Prime Minister's Medal of Appreciation to Education, Region 6 Principal of the Year, LASCA Principal of the Year finalist in 2024, and the JTA R.C. Tavaris Service Award in 2015. Shernette Powell exemplifies vision, dedication, and excellence, making her a most deserving recipient of the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Our next recipient also hails from the parish of St. Catherine. Let's welcome Nova Dean Samuels. and they're being pinned at the same time. This recipient has made an enduring impact on education, currently serving as principal of Simon Primary and Infant School since 2017, following teaching roles at Polyground Primary 2005 to 2017, Linstead Primary 2004 to 2005, and St. Helens Preparatory 2003 to 2004. She holds a diploma in education from Bethlehem Moravian College 2003, a Bachelor of Science from University College of the Caribbean 2013, a Master's of Arts from the Mico University College in 2016, and is pursuing a doctorate in education at Walden University. Dean Samuels has implemented transformative initiatives, including establishing resource rooms, technology centers, breakfast programs, teaching exchange programs, literacy and numeracy interventions, and student participation in national competitions. Her involvement in the Jamaica Teachers Association demonstrates leadership at all levels. She has served as a contact teacher at Polyground and Simon Primary, district president for St. Jago and Linstead, parish president of the St. Catherine, study circle chairman and member of the General Council and Central Executive Committee, Education and Research Committee, and Membership Committee. Her dedication to teacher development, ladies and gentlemen, and student learning exemplifies commitment to excellence within the JTA framework. Beyond her professional and association contributions, Mrs. Dean Samuels actively engages in community service as a justice of the peace, lay minister, board director of the Optimists International, and education committee chairman of the Linstead Community Development Committee. Her awards include Builder of Excellence 2022, Distinguished President in 2016, JTARC Tavaris Award, North Central St. Catherine Outstanding Principal of the Year Award 2018, and recognition for contributions to community development. Nova Dean Samuels represents the very best of educational leadership, making her a highly deserving recipient of the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Nova Dean Samuels. Antoinette Levy Riley is our next recipient. This recipient is a visionary educational leader, currently serving as principal of Cocoon Primary and Infant School since 2017. Did I get it right? Her academic journey includes a diploma in primary education from Sam Sharp Teachers College, a Master's of Science degree in educational leadership from Central Connecticut State University, a Bachelor of Science in Management Studies from the University of the West Indies, and she is currently pursuing a doctorate of education or in educational leadership at Walden University. Her career spans roles as classroom teacher, senior teacher, vice principal, and acting principal, during which she has led innovative initiatives such as mathematics park interventions, extended learning programs for parents and students, founding dance and culture clubs, and mentoring new teachers. Mrs. Levy Riley's contribution within the Jamaica Teachers Association definitely are extensive. She has served as contact teacher at Cave Valley All Age School, held leadership roles in the Lucy and Green Island District Association, and served as parish president. Nationally, she has been a member of the General Council and Central Executive Conference delegate and study circle convener. Her work reflects a commitment to educational excellence, teacher mentorship, and advocacy at all levels of the profession. Her community engagement underscores her holistic approach to leadership. She has contributed to the National Housing Trust as a group leader, coordinated QEC outreach programs for the Ministry of Education, and served on the Western Hanover Primary Exit Profile Awards Committee. She has also been active in her church as a liturgist and young adults leader, participated in the Ministry of Education Jamaica Day events, and served as poll clerk during local and national elections. Levy Riley's remarkable achievement in education leadership and community service makes her a truly deserving recipient of the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, before I ask Mr. Mark Smith to take over the presentation from our president, let's welcome Antoinette Wright. All right. And so we're going to ask Mrs. Riley to collect on her behalf. So she has been shown outstanding dedication to education throughout her career, currently serving as principal of Esher Primary School since 2015, following her tenure as principal of Success Primary and Junior High. Her academic credentials include a diploma in primary education from Sam Sharp Teachers College, a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Applied Social Relations from Eastern Connecticut State University, and a Master of Science in Education from Central Connecticut State University. She is pursuing a Doctor of Education at Nova Southeastern University. Ms. Wright her leadership has driven successful literacy programs, school poultry farms, expanded gardens, and strong sports initiatives, consistently achieving above average results in the primary exit profile examination. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Antoinette Marie Wright in her absence. And at this time, we want to say thanks to President Malava. Let's put our hands together for him. And we invite immediate past President Dr. Mark Smith to come forward. He will be continuing the presentation to the WBC Ben Hawthorne awardees. Cheryl Elizabeth Barnaby West. She has dedicated over 2 decades to teaching and leadership, currently serving as senior teacher at Harborview Primary School since 2022. Her academic qualifications include a diploma in education from St. Joseph Teachers College, a Bachelor of Arts in Primary Education from Northern Caribbean University, and a Master's of Education in Educational Leadership from the UWI. Barnaby West has led numerous school initiatives, including the Colors Day program, fundraising events that generated substantial support for school development, coaching sports teams, guiding the Brownie Guide program, and participating actively in school chorales and staff activities. Within the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, Mrs. Barnaby West has served as school contact teacher, district sports coordinator, East Kingston District President, study circle chairman, parish president, and national membership chairman, and with additional service under the General Council and Central Executive. Her contributions reflect a sustained commitment to teacher empowerment, professional development, and educational excellence. Beyond her school and JTA roles, Mrs. Barnaby West has been actively engaged in the Girl Guides Association and Alpha Sports Club, demonstrating leadership and mentorship in the wider community. Her awards include the Harborview Primary Outstanding Chairman Award, St. Hugh's Preparatory Recognition, and the JTA Outstanding Membership Secretary Award. Cheryl Elizabeth Barnaby West exemplifies the dedication, innovation, and leadership that the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award seeks to honor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Cheryl Elizabeth Barnaby West. Our next recipient is Lorraine Henry. She has committed over 25 years to education, currently serving as senior teacher at the Port Maria Infant School, having started there in 1997. She is a skilled educator and mentor, holding a diploma in primary education from the College of Agriculture, Science and Education, a Bachelor of Arts in Guidance and Counseling from the International University of the Caribbean, and a Master of Science degree in Counseling Psychology from Northern Caribbean University. Ms. Henry has enriched her school through a range of projects, including coordinating the 4-H Club and Education Week competitions, implementing an eating etiquette program, and guiding students in arts, spelling, reading, and mathematics competitions while serving under the school's guidance and counseling committee. Her leadership within the Jamaica Teachers Association spans more than 2 decades. It started as a contact teacher in 2003 and extending to her district and parish roles, including president of the St. Mary North District and president of the St. Mary Parish Association, where she also serves as early childhood chair. At the national level, she has represented her peers as a delegate to conference and member of the JTA Central Executive Committee. Ms. Henry her work demonstrates her commitment to professional and advancement, teacher mentorship, and the holistic development of students. Beyond her school and the JTA contributions, she has made a significant impact in the wider community. She has served as Director of Human and Social Development and President of the Kiwanis Club of Port Maria, earning the Distinguished President Award in 2015, and has been recognized with accolades such as the Heart and Estate Trust Instructor of Excellence Award, second in region in 2023, and the JTA Early Childhood Award in 2023 as well. Through her exemptional and exceptional service in education and community engagement, the JTA is pleased to award her tonight and provide her with this award from the WBC Ben Hawthorne. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Lorraine Henry. Our next recipient is Erica Evans. She has dedicated over 28 years to teaching at Bickersteth Primary and Infant, serving as a classroom teacher since 1996 and senior teacher since 2003, with multiple stints as acting vice principal. Her academic achievements include a diploma in teaching from the Jamaica University College, a bachelor in education from the University of the West Indies, and a Master of Science in Education Leadership from Central Connecticut State University. Throughout her career, she has initiated numerous innovations and best practices, including training students for tourism product development companies' speech competitions, choreographing musical and chorale presentations, coordinating Bible quizzes, and revitalizing sports and inter-house competitions at the school, district, and national levels. Ms. Evans has also contributed significantly to professional development within the Jamaica Teachers Association. She has served as a delegate, JTA contact teacher since 2022, as well as a study circle convener from 2015. All while holding leadership roles at the Anchovy District Association as a ward chairperson and president. Her parish level contributions include serving as president, study circle chairperson, and resolution chairperson. At the national level, she is a member of the Central and General Council, Central Executive and General Council, reflecting her enduring commitment to the teaching profession and the advancement of educators across multiple tiers. Beyond her professional and JTA contributions, Ms. Evans is actively engaged in her community, serving as Assistant Treasurer at the Cambridge Benevolent Society since 2018, and participating in the Cambridge Meadow Citizens Association. Her dedication has been recognized with numerous awards, to include the JTA 60th Anniversary Award, the Edith Dalton James Service Award, the Wesley Powell Scholarship, and the UWI Education Administration Departmental Prize for Outstanding Academic Performance. Erica Evans embodies excellence in education, leadership, and community service, making her a most deserving recipient of the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award. Give it up for Erica Evans, please. And ladies and gentlemen, the final person in this category is Dr. Latoya Monifa Reeves. As she comes, let's tell you that she has demonstrated exceptional leadership in education. Currently serving as principal of Seymour Edwards Infant School since 2015. She began her career at the Golden Spring Primary in 2004 and previously led Tarrant Baptist Basic from 2008 to 2015, alongside teaching at Constant Spring Primary and Junior High. Her academic accomplishments include a diploma in teaching from Shortwood Teachers College, a bachelor's and master's degree from UWI Mona, and a doctoral degree from One Way Theological Seminary in 2023. Reeves has consistently implemented innovative practices, mentoring teachers, coordinating school programs, and fostering academic and personal development for students. Within the Jamaica Teachers Association, Dr. Reeves has held key leadership roles at all levels. She has served as district president for Maypen, study circle chairman, and assistant public relations officer. At the parish level, she's president 2025 to 2026, while nationally, she's a delegate to conference 2022 to present, and serves on multiple committees including property, early childhood, study circle, and credentials committees. Her influence spans mentorship, professional development, and strategic planning in education. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond her professional and JTA commitments, Dr. Reeves is a devoted community leader. She has contributed as a member of the Jamaica Assistance Program since 2024 and held leadership roles with the Kiwanis Club and Maypen Community Development Committee. She has received numerous awards, including the R.C. Tavaris Award, the Ministry of Education NASCO Award, Staff of the Year, and the Outstanding Dedication and Commitment to Growth Award from the NCT Vet. Her outstanding service in education and community leadership exemplifies the spirit of the WBC Ben Hawthorne Award. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say congratulations to Dr. Latoya Monifa Reeves. That completes the WBC Ben Hawthorne Awards at this time. Back now to our chairman. And thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. You can have a seat now. We are done with you. Colleagues all, as I sat there and saw Dr. Smith, and before him, our president, Mr. Malava, pin these insignia onto the lapels of the awardees, I wonder if they were told before not to wear sleeveless. I wonder what would happen and where the pin would go. But we are on to a different movement. Whenever new words are coined, it is important for us to write them down. The word that we learned today is called exemptional. I suspect it is a cross between exceptional and exemplary. And we will credit the coining of that word to our PRO, Mr. Nash, for his exemptional presentation this evening. The other award will be the Edith Dalton James Award. And for that, we invite Ms. Petal Thompson to do the reading, and our Minister, Senator Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information, to issue the awards.
Good evening, everyone. So the Edith Dalton James Award is made in memory of Edith Dalton James, who was one of our outstanding teacher leaders. In 1949, she broke the tradition of male presidency of the Jamaica Union of Teachers by being the first woman and classroom teacher to become its president. She held that office on 4 occasions, the last being in 1962. She also served as president of the Caribbean Union of Teachers. The recipient should be in active service during the time of nomination, has no less than 25 years of service to education in Jamaica, has been a teacher, has been a member of the Jamaica Teachers Association for a minimum of 20 years, and be nominated by the list of persons and groups from as the previous awards. I now read the citation for Reverend Dr. Carol Brown Clark. She has dedicated her life to shaping young minds and leading with vision, blending academic achievement with a deep commitment to service. Her credentials reflect both breadth and depth in education and leadership. A doctorate in ministry in 2018, a Master of Education from the University of the West Indies in 2007, a Diploma in Education from Mount St. Vincent University 2005, a Bachelor of Education from the University of the West Indies 2003, and a Diploma in Primary Education from St. Joseph's Teachers College 1993. These accomplishments have underpinned a career defined by excellence, integrity, and unwavering dedication to the development of children and communities. From the classroom to the principal's office, Dr. Brown Clark's journey is marked by steady growth and impactful leadership. She began teaching at Planters Hall All Age in 1988, nurturing generations of students over more than 2 decades. Rising through the ranks, she served as senior teacher from 1997 to 2011 before taking on the role of acting principal in 2011 to 2012. Since 2012, she has led Tollgate Primary as principal, bringing to the role of a combination of instructional expertise, strategic leadership, and a passion for student success. Her commitment extends well beyond her school. With the Jamaica Teachers Association, she has been a delegate to conference 2023 to 2023 to 2024. She has served as a member of General Council and was a membership chairman for St. Catherine from 2000 to 2001. At the district level, she twice held the presidency for Northwest St. Catherine. Nationally, she served for several years on the General Council during the 1990s and early 2000s. Her wider contribution include serving as District Commissioner for the Girl Guide Association of Jamaica from 2003 to 2008. In recognition of her remarkable career, steadfast service, and leadership, the Edith Dalton James Award is proudly presented to Dr. the Reverend Carol Brown Clark. Our next recipient is Jacqueline Jennifer Johnson, JJJ. She has built a career defined by a love for education, a dedication to leadership, and a commitment to service that extends well beyond the classroom. A proud alumna of Bethlehem Moravian College, she earned a diploma in education in 1988 before completing a Bachelor's of Science in Social Work and Psychology at the University of the West Indies in 1996. Her academic journey continued with a master's in educational leadership from Central Connecticut State University, 1999, and further doctoral studies at Walden University in 2017. These academic achievements have been the foundation of a professional life marked by excellence and influence in the field of education. Johnson's teaching career began at Green Pond Basic School, 1980 to 1985, followed by Herbert Marshall Technical High School, 1988 to 1993, where she inspired young minds with her passion for learning. Since 1996, she has been a fixture of Sam Sharp Teachers College, serving as a lecturer and later head of department, helping to shape the next generation of Jamaican educators. Her role as a mentor and leader has been matched by an active presence in the Jamaica Teachers Association. At the school level, she has served as a contact teacher since 2021. She was a parish PAC member from 2021 to 2023 and has been a JTA member since 1988. At the district level, she has held several executive positions, including president of the district 2024 to 2025 and delegate to conference since 2020. Nationally, she has served on the General Council and on the Tertiary Committee. Her service extends deeply into the community. She has been a Justice of the Peace since 2019 and a lay magistrate for St. James since 2023. She has served as governor on the Caribbean Wesleyan College Board since 2015 and a long-standing member of the Jamaica Association of Guidance Counselors in Education, and has been a member of the National Career Committee since 2016. Her leadership also includes chairing the project Better Parenting from 2001 to 2002. In recognition of her enduring dedication to education, mentorship, and civic service, the Edith Dalton James Award is presented with great honor to Miss Jacqueline Jennifer Johnson. Our next recipient of the Edith Dalton James Award is Marsha Natalie Johnson. She has devoted nearly 3 decades to shaping young minds and building strong educational communities. a graduate of the College of Arts, Science, and Education with a bachelor's degree in education 2008 and Shortwood Teachers College with a diploma in education 1999, she began her teaching career at Beckham Hill Primary in 1996 before joining Hanover Bay Primary and Infant School, where she has served since 1996. In 2024, she was appointed Senior Teacher of the Infant Department and Grade 1 Coordinator and has served as Grade 1 Supervisor, adding to her role as Secretary of the School Improvement Plan Committee, which she has held since 2018. Her record of service to the Jamaica Teachers Association is extensive. At the school level, she has been a contact teacher since 2007, while at the district level, she has served as East District Sports Coordinator. She's on the fundraising committee and has been president from 2022 to 2023, alongside with other executive roles. She was parish president for St. Mary from 2017 to 2018, was study circle representative 2015 to 2016, and has been on the parish executive since 2012. At the national level, she has been a member of the General Council and Central Executive Committee, chaired the St. Mary Parish Membership Committee since 2015, and served on the National Sports Committee since 2022. Johnson's wider community work includes serving at the St. Mary's Football Association Zone Representative since 2022 and chairman for competition since 2024, Secretary of Abide Community Outreach, Secretary of the St. Mary's High School Parent Teachers Association since 2023, and a volunteer with the Hanover Bay Police Youth Club. Her commitment has been recognized through numerous awards, including JTA WBC Ben Hawthorne Award 2023, JTA Corporate Credit Union Contact Teacher Award 2018, and St. Mary Teachers Award 2015 and 2023. In recognition of her outstanding service to education, her professional and her community services, the Edith Dalton James Award is conferred with dignity and the highest esteem on Miss Marsha Natalie Johnson. The final recipient in this category is Miss in this category. So the next recipient is Carla Pito. She is a respected educator and leader who has spent more than 25 years committed to the growth and success of students and teachers alike. She earned her teacher diploma from the Michael University College in 1994 and a bachelor's degree from the University of the West Indies in 2001. Since 1998, she has been a valued member of the staff at Vere Technical High School, where she has served in multiple leadership capacities. An external exam coordinator, 2008 to 2015, Parent Teachers Association Treasurer, 2004 to 2014, and grade coordinator since 2018. Her active involvement in the Jamaica Teachers Association has spanned several levels. At Vere Technical, she has served as contact teacher since 2019. At the district level, She held the presidency from 2022 to 2023 and has served in other roles, including assistant secretary. At the parish level, she is currently the president of the Clarendon Parish Association and has been a delegate to conference. She also leads as president of the Vere District Association and is a member of the Status of Women Committee Executive, advocating for professional equity and empowerment. Beyond the classroom and the JTA, Carla is first vice president of Lions Club of Clarendon, having previously served in other senior positions. She has been deeply involved in school-parent partnership, serving as first vice president and later president of Glenmuir High School PTA, as well as president of the Glenmuir Preparatory School PTA. Her leadership, community service, and dedication to the teaching profession makes her a model of educational excellence. In recognition of these achievements, the Edith Dalton James Award is with great pride presented to Carla Pitzer. Our next presenter is, our next awardee, and I said that before too, is Raymond Simmons. Raymond Simmons is a senior teacher of Tavaris Gardens. It came off. Thank you. Sorry, so let me go again. Raymond Simmons is a senior teacher at Tavaris Gardens Primary School, that's in Kingston, and he has been there since 1995. He's a former senior teacher, as well as he has been a past student from the University of the West Indies, Mona, in 2008. He studied at Michael University in 1999, and he also is a past student of Jamaica College. Mr. Simmons served as the president of the St. Andrew Parish and is currently the president-elect and will serve as the president for 2025-2026. He has made invaluable contribution to the District Association in Southwest St. Andrew and has continued to make this role, continue to perform this role in service to the Jamaica Teachers Association. In recognition for his work and contribution to the Jamaica Teachers Association, we proudly present to Mr. Raymond Simmons the Edith Dalton James Award. Thank you.
Madam Minister, could you remain? We treat our external guests nice, and at this time we want to present you with a token of our appreciation for making our photographs that much better. While that is being done, Dr. Nicely gave me the answer to the question I asked previously. What would happen if somebody came without sleeves? And he indicated that they would get a scarf on which we would pin the award or the insignia. At this time, we'll invite our President-elect, Mrs. LaSonia Harrison to do the awards, and we will invite Mrs. Aniona Hunter-Jones, our resident Toastmaster, to take us through the Faye Saunders Awards.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Faye E. Saunders Award. This award is commemorated in memory of Faye E. Saunders, JTA's first female president. She's also the first president to serve for 2 terms. Now, described as a trailblazer, she is the only female Secretary General of the association to date. Additionally, she served as the Vice President of the World Confederation of Organizations of the Teaching Profession. This award is issued in recognition of her outstanding contribution to the growth of the Jamaica Teachers Association, education and building of Jamaica as an independent nation. The Faye E. Saunders Award recognizes distinguished and outstanding service to the JTA and education in general. Note, persons who have received any previous JTA awards are not eligible for this particular award. The nominees of the Faye E. Saunders Award should be a full member and have not attained retirement before the award is presented. This person should be actively serving in the JTA, have service between 10 and 20 years, have given distinguished service, and of course, be a citizen of Jamaica. This evening, it is with pleasure that I outline the recipients of the 2025 Faye E. Saunders Award. And the first recipient, Michelle Barnes. For 19 years, Michelle Barnes has distinguished herself as an educator of skill, creativity, and dedication. A graduate of the College of Agriculture, Science, and Education, my alma mater, so we have to pause and give extra credit. Don't do it, you know, you're my Iconians. So as a graduate of the College of Agriculture, Science, and Education, she graduated with a diploma in primary education and went on to earn a bachelor's of arts degree in history and philosophy from the University of the West Indies and a diploma in early childhood education from the Heart NSTA Trust. Her professional journey has included service at the Port Antonio Primary and Ascot Primary, and since 2005 at Brayton Primary School, where she has been a culture coordinator, assessment coordinator, senior teacher for grades 1 to 3, and a steadfast staff representative. Now, Michelle Barnes' contribution to the JTA is quite expansive, and of course, she has served at the school, district, and parish levels, not to mention the national level. She has served as contact teacher, PTA treasurer, staff welfare chair, and awards committee chair at the school level. At the district level, she served as DA president, primary committee secretary, and awards committee vice chair. As a parish association president, she served with pride. Nationally, Ms. Barnes has been a general council member, conference delegate, and secretary of the Status of Women Committee. Barnes' influence extends beyond the classroom and the JTA. She has been an active member within the Jamaica Teaching Council, vice chair of the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission Culture Club, secretary of the Innswood Village Citizens Association, and a member of the Jamaica Literacy Association. She is the recipient of numerous awards, including the Portmore District Association Executive Member of the Year Award in 2022, and a plaque for service to the JCDC in 2017. In recognition of her outstanding service to education, the profession, and the wider community, the Faye E. Saunders Award is being presented to none other than the Michelle Barnes. As we continue the celebration of stalwart educators, It is my pleasure to announce our next recipient, Donette Cousins. With more than 2 decades of unwavering dedication to the classroom, Donette Cousins has been a steady force in the education sector, shaping young minds and guiding schools with vision and commitment. Her academic foundation was laid at the College of Agriculture, Science, and Education, where she earned her diploma in 2003 and further strengthened with a Bachelor of Education from the University of the West Indies in 2017. From her early days as a teacher of grade 6 at the Castleton Primary to her leadership role at Scotts Hall Primary, including acting principal from January 2021 to August 2022, she has served in leadership capacities and doing so with pride. Her work has always reflected excellence, resilience, and deep care for students' growth. Her leadership extends well beyond the classroom walls. Within the Jamaica Teachers Association, Ms. Cousins has served in an impressive range of capacities. From sports coordinator at Scotts Hall since 2004, president of the Richmond District Association from 2019 to 2021, and currently PRO and assistant sports coordinator. At the parish level, she has contributed as assistant secretary and PRO committee member, and of course, council representative. Her long-standing service as a conference delegate started in 2018, and it underscores her influence and dedication to the profession's advancement. Ms. Cousins, we note that you have reached into communities as well, and you have extended your reach in a very impactful way. From managing fundraisings for Friends for Change Foundation to serving on the PTA for multiple schools, we see that you have consistently poured your energy into initiatives that strengthen families and communities. Her outstanding work has been formally recognized with awards for her contributions to the St. Mary Teachers Association in both 2015 and 2022. Today, we honor her not just for her achievements, but for the integrity, consistency, and service-minded spirit that marks the career of none other than the Donette Cousins. Amazing work, Ms. Cousins, and we applaud you. Julie Winter Julie Winter Robertson is our next recipient. For over 30 years, colleagues, Mrs. Winter Robertson has stood as a dynamic educator, a mentor, a leader, and leaving an indelible mark on the Jamaican education landscape. As a graduate of Church Teachers College, she went on to earn her bachelor's degree in home economics from the University of Technology, Jamaica, and later a Master of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Studies from the University of the West Indies. Her teaching journey began at Clarendon College and Ebony Park Heart Academy before finding a lasting home at none other than the Bethlehem Moravian College, where she has served as a lecturer from 2006. Her academic expertise is matched by her unwavering commitment to student development and institutional growth. Her service to the Jamaica Teachers Association reflects a lifetime of leadership. Within the Southeast St. Elizabeth District Association, Robertson held key positions, including president, secretary, and delegate, while at the parish level she has chaired the tertiary committee, also serving in administrative capacities, and has led the study circle. At the national level, she has contributed to the study circle and tertiary committees, represented her peers as a member of the General Council and conference delegate. Her ability to balance both administrative and the grassroots leadership engagements that she participates in has made her a respected voice among educators. Beyond the classroom, the Jamaica Teachers Association and her other duties, Robertson has equally active service in her church and her community. As an elder at the Mount Olivet United Church, president of the Church Teachers Colleges Alumni Association, and president of Homewood Technical Past Students Association, she has dedicated herself to mentoring, volunteering, and national service through organizations such as the Jamaica Red Cross Society, the Jamaica Agricultural Society, and others. Her accolades, from the JS Lifetime Achievement Award to being named a distinguished past student of her alma mater, all testify to a career that is defined by excellence, defined by compassion, and defined by unwavering dedication. These are the hallmarks of someone who quite deservingly is receiving the Faye E. Saunders Award this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Julie Winter Robertson. Our next recipient, a dynamic pint-sized powerhouse, Melissa Anne-Marie Matheson. Melissa Matheson has committed nearly 2 decades to nurturing young minds at the Constitution Hill Primary and Infant School, guiding students with dedication and expertise. Her academic journey began with a diploma in education from Moneague Teachers College in 2005, followed by a Bachelor of Arts from the University of the West Indies in 2008, a Bachelor of Education from the University of Technology in 2010, and culminating with her Master in Education degree from the University of the West Indies in 2024. Now, throughout her career, she has enriched classrooms at St. Martin de Porres Primary and now at Constitution Hill, where she is fostering holistic student development with skill, with passion, and surely with innovation. Within the Jamaica Teachers Association, Matheson has consistently demonstrated leadership and commitment. Serving as president of the East St. Andrew District Association since September 2024, and previously as PRO from 2021 to 2023, she has also played key roles at the parish level, including Study Circle Committee representative and Credentials chairman. At the national level, she has contributed as conference delegate, chairman of the International Relations Committee, chairman of the Credentials Committee, and a member of the General Council. Her engagement in these roles has strengthened both teacher advocacy in Jamaica and professional development. Ladies and gentlemen, Matheson's influence extends beyond education into the wider community. As a Justice of the Peace in 2016, and a Sunday school teacher at the Bethlehem Assembly Church of God, and an active member of the Constitution Hill Local Forest Management Committee and Community Development Committee, Lady Matheson has combined civic responsibility with education. Her dedication has been recognized through awards, including the Tip Friendly Society Contact Teacher Award in 2022 and the Outstanding Teacher Accolades at Constitution Hill Primary in both 2015 and 2017, reflecting a career that is dedicated to excellent service and leadership. Quite deservingly, Melissa Anne-Marie Matheson is our recipient of the Faye E. Saunders Award. Our final recipient, Natalie Pearson Samuels. Mrs. Pearson Samuels has dedicated over 3 decades to the advancement of education at Dumfries Primary, beginning her career there in 1993 and serving in multiple leadership roles, including acting principal and vice principal. Her academic credentials include a diploma in primary education from the Shortwood Teachers College in 1993, a certificate in supervisory management from the University of the West Indies Open Campus in 2014, and a Bachelor of Arts degree in primary education from the Northern Caribbean University in 2022. She also earned a Master of Science in Educational Leadership from Central Connecticut State University in 2007. Her professional journey exemplifies a commitment to academic excellence, leadership, and the development of both students and fellow educators. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Pearson Samuels has served not only this organization with pride, she has served in so many other areas in an extensively impactful way. She has held leadership positions in the St. James District Association, serving as president, council representative, secretary contact teacher, and chair of the primary education committee. At the primary level, she contributed as an executive member, and nationally she represented teachers as council representative and members of the Women's Caucus. Her decades of service demonstrate a sustained commitment to enhancing the teaching profession and advocating for educators across multiple levels. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond her professional and JTA roles, Mrs. Pearson Samuels has actively involved herself in community and civic service. She serves as a Justice of the Peace and a lay magistrate and participates in the Dumfries Community Development Initiatives. Her work has been recognized through awards such as the JTA District Association Certificate of Appreciation for 2022-23. She has also been conferred with the JTA 60th Anniversary Plaque for dedicated service in 2024. She has also been awarded by Dumfries Primary for dedicated service in 2023, highlighting her dedication, leadership, and long-standing contribution to education and community development. Ladies and gentlemen, help me with a resounding applause to acknowledge the work of all 5 recipients: Michelle Barnes-Evans, Donette Cousins, Julie Winter Robertson, Melissa Matheson, and our ultimate awardee, Natalie Pearson Samuels.
Colleagues, we should also say thank you to our President-elect for so ably distributing those awards. I want to use this opportunity to issue a public apology and retract my slanderous and libelous comments made against Mr. Howard Isaacs in fulfillment of the demands made by his attorneys, KD Knight and Associates. This is free work, and I'm not even getting paid to do it, much less to pay. At this time, we will move into the Anglin Jones Award, and we will invite our Secretary General, Dr. Mark Nicely, to be the presenter, and Mr. Leon Nash to facilitate. Let's give him a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you are having a good time. And here we're down to the Anglin awardees. There are 4 recipients for this year, but for some challenges that they've been having, they're not here this evening. We only have one of those 4 persons here with us, and so I'm going to be moving ahead to presenting only that one this evening. May I invite none other than Ms. Anne-Marie Simpson to join us. We call her Simo. Come on, put your hands together one more time for Ms. Simpson. She has been working in the Office of the Member Services Department. and Industrial Relations Unit, and she has done a good job at it. Very analytical. She is a no-nonsense person. Always neatly attired. She is mature, very articulate, radiant like she's dressed tonight, intelligent, and of course, when it comes to entertainment, you can talk to Anne-Marie. She is a secretary par excellence. She has served the member services and industrial unit meticulously, from scheduling regional technical meetings, preparing letters to our stakeholders, and preparing our documents for the tribunal. She ensures the readiness of the department to defend the appeals at the tribunal. She has also served the office of the liaison officer, particularly giving strong support in preparation for the JTA Sagicor National Athletics Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and applaud Ms. Anne-Marie Simpson. And of course, she worked at the JTA from September 2, what a lovely month, September 2, 1998, up to March 31, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for her one more time. Thank you, Ms. Simpson. The other persons who are absent are Mr. Devon Meek, former regional officer for Northeast, Mrs. Pauline Wellington, Secretary, Professional Services and Office Manager, and Ms. Vinette Fisher, Ancillary Worker. I think they are watching, and you should applaud them nonetheless. Give them a big round of applause, please. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, could I invite back Ms. Simpson? Her two daughters traveled with her. I'm going to be asking her to come back and pose for a photo moment with them as she receives her award one more time. And of course, Dr. Nicely will assist the process one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, can we hear it for Ms. Simpson again, along with her two daughters here with her? Please and thank you. One seemed to have gone on the outside, so we're going to take it with who is present.
Keep the applause going. As soon as that is concluded, we are going to invite our immediate past president, Dr. Mark Smith, to go back to the front of the room. I told him earlier he should remain there, but he's stubborn. Thank you kindly. Big up, Simo. We're going to invite Dr. Prim Lewis, chairman of the secondary committee, to receive her award at this time. I also have the pleasure of inviting Ms. Latoya Locke to give us another rendition, which will be immediately followed by the reply from the awardees, and this will be done by Dr. Sherian Mercy. So you have to clap twice. Yes.
I was born strong. I was made for this. See, I met so many hard times when I thought I couldn't make it. See, I've had my trials when my pillow dried my eyes. Then the morning came, and my wings took flight. I'll rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken. Down but I won't die. I'll rise. Soon I'll reach the high and say I'll rise. Some say it's a mystery, how I still believe that in spite of all I've been through, I can still push the wheel. See, I have a power they can't see with their eyes. It's the little things, all the things that make broken wings fly. I'll rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken. Down but I won't die. I'll rise. Soon I will reach the sky and still I'll rise. Who can understand what God the every man? Despite the odds and fears, I don't to win. I can take it. I can make it. I'll rise. I'll rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken. Down but I won't die. I'll rise. Soon I will reach the sky and say I'll rise.
Chairman, Mr. Clayton Hall, Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Mark Malava, President, Felicitaciones, Senor, Mrs. Lasonia Harrison, President-elect, Felicitaciones, Senora, Dr. Mark Smith, immediate past President, Dr. Mark Nicely, Secretary General, Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information. Dr. Kassan Troop, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information. Ms. Terrian Thomas Gale, Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information. Dr. Winsome Gordon, Chief Executive Officer, Jamaica Teaching Council. Other officers of the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information. Members of the JTA staff, Mrs. Farlane Edwards, wife of Victor Edwards. Awardees, delegates and observers, past presidents, relatives and friends of the awardees, representatives of the media, ladies and gentlemen, buenas tardes. Okay. On behalf of all the recipients, I express our heartfelt gratitude for this great honor. We are truly humbled to be recognized in this way. These awards represent more than personal achievement. They are a reminder of why we teach, why we lead, and why we serve. To the awards committee, we extend sincere appreciation for this vote of confidence. To our colleagues, thank you for the nomination which brought us to this moment. To our families and friends, your support gives meaning to our work. To everyone who contributed and participated in making this a lovely ceremony, we appreciate you. As recipients, we will keep the flame of service burning brightly so that future honorees may rise even higher in their pursuit of excellence. We pledge to raise the torch of the JTA and light the path always. And with love, we will continue to unite and serve. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is well spent. It would be remiss of me to have you leave here continuing erroneous pronunciations of words popularly known in Jamaica. I take aim tonight at a community that we in Jamaica call Landilo. The community, so called, represents an error of pronunciation. If the origin of that word is Spanish, as from our Spanish heritage, then the correct pronunciation is Yandailo, because two L's in Spanish coming from a Latin origin is pronounced Y. If the origin of that word comes from our Welsh heritage, then it is pronounced Clandilo, because two L's in Celtic pronounce C. I hope from here on you will recognize that pronunciation varies considerably, and make sure you know how to pronounce it. At this time, we will close by taking announcements from our Secretary General, and then you are free to enjoy the evening. Secretary General.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Just to the awardees, to remind the awardees that we have a group photo or several group photos. Somebody's missing. Several group photos afterwards. I have in my hand a bottle of capsules. It's for memory builder, like if you have memory problems. This is a tablet, so if you have lost it, we'll give it to you. You probably have forgotten that you have lost it. But if you remember, we will give you privately in the secretariat later tonight or tomorrow. Whenever you remember, you check on us for it. All right, tomorrow morning, colleagues, is a very, very important session. It commences, it's the 8th session. It commences at 8:30 and runs all the way through to 11:30. Now, it's important for us to start early. Once we lose time, we can't blame anyone else but ourselves. And of course, the highlight of that session is where our Minister of Education, PS, CEO, and the entourage from the Ministry of Education will be gracing us with their presence. Clearly, the Minister will make a few statements and announcements. We are expecting big announcements, quite frankly. I don't know, I have a good feeling about the announcements because today, Mr. Hall, on the 19th of August, a teacher came to me with a complaint. And so she said to me, Dr. Nicely, I have a serious problem. And I said, what's the problem? She said, I have not gotten my salary. I said, but it's the 19th. She said, well, my colleagues have gotten theirs. I'm just wondering how I've not gotten mine. So I am wondering if, it's her? It's her pills. No, but I honestly am hearing that salary is being paid extremely early, and I believe it's a precursor to the major announcements we are going to be hearing tomorrow. But that session is very important, and that's the focus, and that's where you come with your questions, comments, remarks, and you're seeking clarification that will be addressed. The 9th session of conference is also very important. It is where we will have committee reports, so we'll have some, perusal of those reports. We'll have the presentation of the JTA 2025-2026 program, oftentimes referred to as the President's Program, but it's really a segment of what will form the association's program, but it will be articulated to the conference, and the conference will need to accept that program, so it is incorporated into the larger program of the association, and we'll have a segment also for resolutions. And as you know, documents have been circulated regarding resolutions. And then, of course, the final session, very important, it is the gateway to the new conference year, where we will constitute our General Council for the 2025-2026 conference year. That segment has some amount of voting associated with it as we do the full constitution of General Council, and we would want all hands on deck. As you know, we like to end our conference with our solidarity song, and we look forward to that gathering and fellowship and reaffirming our motto, unite and serve. So we have a full day tomorrow, but importantly, we need to be timely in our attendance to these sessions. Please remember where we are. We are technically at the end of the country. Some persons have to go to the other end of the country, and we don't want any accidents or incidents and so on. And so let us be mindful and, in a way, be our brother's keeper as we maintain punctuality for the sessions tomorrow. Over to you, Mr. Hall, to direct the photographs. You don't want to? Yes, you're great.
So, colleagues, the photographers will choreograph live. We ask the awardees just to come to the front so that the photographers will tell you when to breathe. And please be reminded that all persons except the one who lost the memory pills, you are to take money tomorrow to buy the raffle ticket for the Critical Illness Trust Fund. See you on the other side. Madam Minister and President, the President's Minister, we're asking you to join our awardees.